Hey guys, YouTube Armchair here. All right, and now here I am to make the second and last Raw Hell in a Cell match review. Yeah, I apologize that it's like taken me like a week since the last one to now make this one. Yeah, just like as I told you guys in my last video, still getting over a cold, and I've had uh like a dry cough since then. So yeah, I'm trying to get over that. Yeah, and plus I've also been preoccupied because I was like watching the National League Division Series and the Diamondbacks have won it, and yeah, now the Diamondbacks will be facing the Phillies in the National League Championship Series. Yeah. So yeah, so it's great to see the Diamondbacks have advanced like this far into the postseason now. Yeah, this is like their think this is like their third time being in the National League Championship Series, and yeah, after having swept two teams now with sweeping the Braves, I mean not the Braves, the Brewers in the wild card, and yeah, sweeping the Dodgers in the division series. Yeah, it's great to see like how great they have been so far in the postseason, and hopefully it'll continue. Hopefully they can get past the Phillies and make it into the World Series. Yeah, all right, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I apologize for taking a week to make this one in after my last one. Yeah. But anyway, okay. So yeah. So like I said, here I am now to review the second and last Hell in a Cell match on Raw in 1998. Yeah, and that is the Hell in a Cell match between Mankind and Kane. So yeah. So this Hell in a Cell match. This took place on the August 24th, 1998 episode of Raw. So yeah, so this was just 2 months after the tag team Hell in a Cell and Mankind's Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker King of the Ring. Yeah, so yeah, so it's pretty surprising that Mankind actually stepped foot into the Hell in a Cell again after the brutal one that he had with Undertaker, where he like suffered like a whole bunch of injuries, like of course like from the two falls from the cell, and yeah, and like the other stuff that happened to him in that match. So yeah, so kind of shocking to see that he stepped back into the cell only 2 months later. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, the story for this match was this was still when there was like the whole stuff with Stone Cold, Mankind, Kane, and Undertaker. Yeah, this like that stuff was like still going on at this time. Yeah, and yeah, and in the weeks prior to this match, like there was stuff going on with Kane seeming to accidentally hit Mankind. Yeah, and yeah, and then there was like a moment where the Undertaker dressed as Kane attacked Mankind. Yeah, yeah, and Vince was also trying to tell Mankind that like Undertaker and Kane may actually be in cahoots with each other. Then the previous week before this Raw, on the previous week's Raw, it was then revealed that Undertaker and Kane had in fact joined forces. Yeah, yeah, and of course leading this was just like a week before SummerSlam that year. Yeah, and yeah with and Undertaker did of course have the match with Stone Cold for the WWF title at SummerSlam that year. Yeah, and now with Undertaker and Kane together, it seemed like they were really going to be like an unstoppable force. Yeah. Yeah, then during this Raw, Mankind then was just saying how Vince McMahon offered Mankind a chance at retribution against Kane for joining forces with Undertaker and attacking him inside Hell in a Cell. So yeah, so it ended up leading to this match between Kane and Mankind inside Hell in a Cell. And yeah, and the interesting thing about this match was that at the time Kane and Mankind were still the tag team champions. So yeah, so it was kind of interesting to kind of see this where while they are the tag team champions, they are now technically enemies. So yeah, so that was a kind of a really interesting thing to see. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, so yeah, they had this Hell in a Cell match on that episode of Raw. Yeah, and it was kind of like I thought it was kind of like odd that like this match like just took place in like the middle of the show. I mean, wouldn't you think that like since it's a Hell in a Cell, it would actually like be the main event for the show? Like even like the tag team Hell in a Cell match that I talked about in my last video, like yeah, even like that one like main evented that episode of Raw. Wouldn't you have thought that this one would too? But no, they like had this be in the middle of the show. So yeah, so that was like kind of like a weird that they decided to just have it be in the middle of the show. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, they had this match, yeah, and like yeah, and this was really like the only like a pre Hell in a Cell pay per view Hell in a Cell match, like because uh like up until like the Hell in a Cell pay per view, like every Hell in a Cell match did like feature either the Undertaker or Triple H. But yeah, this was the only one that like neither one of them were actually in. Like the Undertaker was like in Kane's corner for this match, but yeah, the Undertaker wasn't actually like officially in the match. So yeah, so this was really like the only Hell in a Cell match before the Hell in a Cell pay per view that did not feature the Undertaker or Triple H in the match. And yeah, and unlike the tag team Hell in a Cell, like I was talking about, like in my review for that match, how like that was really like more of a segment than like an actual match. Like the match really didn't like seem to really officially start. Yeah, this actually was like more of a proper match. Like yeah, Kane and Mankind were actually like fighting in the cell. Yeah, and it was like treated like an actual match. So yeah, so this is really like a more proper Hell in a Cell match than the tag team one was. Yeah. So this being on Raw was like kind of interesting. Like I've seen some people like saying how like they like didn't weren't really a fan of the Hell in a Cell really being on Raw because Hell in a Cell really does have like a bigger feel when it's on pay per view as like pretty much like all the ones after this were. So yeah, so some people really were not don't really like that the Hell in a Cell was on Raw, and I guess I can kind of understand why because yeah, like I just said, like they do feel like bigger when they're like on pay per view, and with Hell in a Cell being such a big match, like they are really more fit for pay per view than on like free TV. But yeah, in the match's defense, like this was still like early on in the Hell in a Cell's life. Like there were only like yeah, there were only the three Hell in a Cell matches before this, with like the Bad Blood one, the tag team one, which really wasn't really like an official match, I guess. Yeah, and the King of the Ring one. So yeah, so this was really just like the fourth Hell in a Cell match ever. So yeah, this was still in Hell in a Cell's early year. So yeah, so I really don't think that the WWF really did see it as like that yet. But yeah, and I think they did learn after this because yeah, after this there were no more Hell in a Cell matches on free TV. Like every Hell in a Cell after this was on pay per view. Yeah, so I think like after this match, like they really did get the message about it. Yeah. Yeah, but as far as like the quality of this match goes, I guess overall, like, I guess this was like a solid match. I mean, it was like a pretty short match. Like the match only lasted about like 7 or 8 minutes. Yeah, but yeah, it was I guess like a pretty solid Hell in a Cell match between a Kane and Mankind. Yeah. Yeah, there were like some cool spots in the match. Yeah, and while like nothing like was truly like groundbreaking, and this really like this isn't really like among like the best Hell in a Cell matches of all time. Like it's not like a classic or anything. For like a match on Raw, it was a pretty solid match. Yeah. So as the match started, like as of course Kane came to the ring with the Undertaker, and then as Mankind came out, like Mankind like he did the King of the Ring, Mankind tried to start the match by climbing to the top of the cell. Like as Mankind tried to climb to the top of the cell, like the referees like were like trying to stop him, and Mankind took out the referees. And then as Kane went after Mankind then attacked Kane. Like he slammed the door on Kane and then was just like attacking Kane. Then as Mankind was like continuing to walk around the outside of the cell, he tried to throw a chair onto the top of the cell a couple of times, like he did at King of the Ring. Yeah. But yeah, the chair did not go to the top of the cell. Yeah. Then, as Mankind tried to climb to the top of the cell again, And then the Undertaker climbed up after Mankind and then like pulled Mankind off the cell. And once again, Mankind like fell off the cell through the announce table once again. So yeah, so it was kind of like interesting to see how this match really was kind of like trying to play off the moments from the Mankind Undertaker Hell in a Cell match at King of the Ring. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then it eventually did get into the ring. Then Kane and Mankind were just like fighting thing with each other. Like at one point, as Mankind was like on the outside of the ring, and Kane like a dove from over the top rope down to Mankind, and then Mankind's head just like fell back into the cell, which looked pretty brutal. Yeah. Then as Kane then like had the steel steps, he attempted to throw them onto Mankind, but Mankind like crawled under the ring through another way. Yeah. Then Mankind like had a chair and then nailed Kane with the chair. Yeah. Then Mankind tried to dump a bag of thumbtacks into the ring, but yeah, Kane attacked Mankind before he could. Yeah. Then like Kane then nailed Mankind with a chair a couple of times. Then at one point like a Mankind actually tried to put the mandible claw on Kane, but like I was as I watched that, I was like, Kane's wearing a mask, like you can't really do the mandible claw on him. Then at one point, then Mankind gave Kane a pile driver, and Kane landed right into the thumbtacks, and then and you just like saw like thumbtacks like in Kane's back, and even like there were a whole bunch of thumbtacks in his butt. Yeah, so like when I saw that, I was just like wondering like, oh, how bad is Kane really hurting right now? Yeah, and then like Kane then nailed Mankind like a couple more times with a chair. And then eventually Kane then like had a choke slam on Mankind and then tombstone Mankind, but Mankind like got back up, yeah. And then Kane then delivered another tombstone to Mankind onto the chair, yeah. And then as Kane tried to cover Mankind, then like Stone Cold then like appeared. Like I don't know if like he was like under. Well, obviously he was under the ring, but I don't know if like he like came from under the ring or if he came through the ring like Undertaker did or what. But yeah, Stone Cold then appeared. And then Stone Cold then attacked Kane. Yeah, and then like the match then like ended. Like the bell rang. And yeah, so I really don't know how that could happen since like Hell in a Cell is no DQ. But yeah, I really don't know about what the deal was with that. Yeah, but then Stone Cold then just like ended up attacking Kane inside the cell. Then the Undertaker then like climbed up the cell. Yeah, and then of course like Undertaker was like trying to break into the cell to like help Kane. Then as the Undertaker was able to actually and get his leg through the top of the cell. Before Undertaker could actually get through the cell completely, Vince McMahon ended up like raising the cell to keep Undertaker away from Stone Cold before SummerSlam. Yeah, so Vince ended up raising the cell. Yeah, and then Stone Cold just continued to attack Kane, and then just gave Kane the Stone Cold Stunner. Yeah, and then it just uh, ended with a Stone Cold celebrating being like a Stone Cold like standing over Kane. Yeah, then Stone Cold just leaving the scene. Yeah, and of course like there would be like another segment later on, like at the end of the show with Undertaker and Kane calling out like Stone Cold again. So more came out of this to lead up to the match with Stone Cold against Undertaker at SummerSlam and that Sunday. Yeah. So like I said, overall, I guess it was a solid Hell in a Cell. Like there were some cool spots. Like it was cool that they like were trying to do stuff to play off the King of the Ring Hell in a Cell. Yeah. Plus, yeah, the Kane's dive from over the top rope onto Mankind was a pretty cool spot. Yeah, and there were like some cool moments like that throughout the match too. So not a classic and not among the worth like the best Hell in a Cell matches of all time, but for a Hell in a Cell match on free TV, it was a pretty solid one. Yeah, and it was at least like an actual proper Hell in a Cell match this time, as opposed to the tag team one that I talked about. So yeah, so I guess I would probably give this one. I guess I'll give it 3 stars. Like, yeah, not a classic, but yeah, still like for a free TV Hell in a Cell, it was solid enough. Yeah. All right, so yeah, so like I was saying about the tag team Hell in a Cell, I'm not really sure if I really really recommend this Hell in a Cell. I don't really know if I really say that it is like fully worth watching, but if you want to see some cool spots and at least see like a proper Hell in a Cell on Raw, then yeah, this is the one to check out. And as well as like if you are just like want to see like some spots from the Undertaker Mankind Hell in a Cell match be played off, yeah, you'll get that with this match too. So yeah, so at least like there is like some stuff to check out for this match. All right. So yeah, so I guess like that's the best way I can really put it. All right. So yeah, so that so I guess that does it for my review of the uh, Mankind Kane Hell in a Cell from the August 24th, 1998 episode of Raw. Yeah. And so yeah, and now that fully takes care of all of the pre Hell in a Cell pay per view Hell in a Cell matches. So yeah, so I've now talked about all of them. Yeah, so yeah, it took me 10 years to talk about like all the pre Hell in a Cell pay per view Hell in a Cell matches back when Hell in a Cell actually had a meaning. Yeah, yeah, no, like yeah, with the Hell in a Cell pay per view, like the gimmick was just like totally killed. Like it just like totally ruined the concept of Hell in a Cell with like the multiple Hell in a Cell matches in one night and just having like Hell in a Cell matches for feuds that didn't need the Hell in a Cell. So yeah, so oh yeah, so yeah. Yeah, so it was really nice to really just go back and really talk about the Hell in a Cell matches. Like I've talked about them the last 10 years, yeah, and while not everyone was good, yeah, it was nice to really just now say that I have like a scene and talked about all the Hell in a Cell matches when the Hell in a Cell like was actually big. Yeah, like I said, like just the Hell in a Cell pay per view just like totally ruined the gimmick and the concept of the Hell in a Cell. Yeah. So yeah. So I really don't plan on really making reviews for like any of the Hell in a Cell pay per view Hell in a Cell matches because I mean, just like what's the point? Because yeah, they're not really they're not actual Hell in a Cell matches because yeah, they really don't have any of the true story of the real Hell in a Cell behind them. So yeah, so I guess like I am now finished talking about Hell in a Cell. Yeah, so this really does feel kind of odd because a few years ago I finished talking about all the Elimination Chamber matches pre-Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and now I've done it with the Hell in a Cell matches. Yeah, but yeah, that takes care of all of them. All right, so yeah, so I guess so. This is it for my review of the Kane Mankind Hell in a Cell match. So yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy this review. Yeah, and I will have some more stuff coming. Of course, like Halloween is coming up in a few weeks, and of course, like every year for Halloween, I do something in honor of Halloween. So yeah, I'll have something coming up in honor of Halloween. But yeah, that's going to be coming up later on. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, and I also while it's still October, I do want to make a retro No Mercy review. So yeah, so I'll probably make that sometime this week. So stay tuned. Yeah, and I will hope that I will be able to really get some more stuff out as well, aside from just the No Mercy review and my plans for Halloween this year. So yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to make some more stuff as well. All right, but yeah, but I hope you guys did enjoy this review. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.